Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be testing out and reviewing another color corrector. And this is one that was brought to my attention by one of you guys. So thank you very much. Over through Insta story, someone sent this over to me and was like, hey, have you tried this? What do you think? I thought, as soon as I saw it, I thought it looked a lot like my Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector, a lot like it. So I decided to purchase both of the shades. This is from Ulta Beauty. Now, if you didn't know, Ulta does have their own brand of cosmetics and it's Ulta Beauty. This is their Under Eye Brightener. So these are meant to go underneath concealers or by themselves. They're supposed to be very hydrating. I believe they even have vitamin E, if I'm not mistaken. So yes, vitamin E to help condition the skin, turmeric root extract in order to help achieve a radiant and brightening appearance, and licorice root extract, which is going to help to soothe the skin and boost appearance of an even skin tone. Now these both retail for $10 US each. They each retail for $10 US, and you can only find them in two different shades. These other shades right here, this one is the light to medium shade, right? Yes, light to medium, and the medium to deep. The way that they feel, even their color, even their shade rather, it's very much like the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector, which is why I was really excited. Here's my beloved Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. I'm gonna swatch it and put it right next to it, just so you guys can see the difference. So you see how close that is? It's pretty identical. I'll also show you the Beauty Pie color corrector. You guys know I love this, and I feel like these two are the exact same product. So now that this one's getting discontinued, Beauty Pie, if you're looking for a replacement for this, Beauty Pie is the way to go. And I'm hoping that perhaps this Ulta Beauty one is a close or a similar product to that as well, just to give you guys more options. So there they are. So this is the Beauty Pie corrector, and this one is their Super Luminous Under Eye Genius Corrector in medium deep. This is the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector in medium to deep. This is the Ulta Beauty one in medium to deep, and the Ulta Beauty one in light to medium. Now the way that I'm going to be testing this out is underneath the Ulta Beauty, what is this? What's the name of this? The Full Coverage Liquid Concealer. If you saw the review, then you know how much I liked this concealer. I really, really like it. Super affordable. The only downside is the shade range. It's not that great. It's not great at all. But if you can find your shade, this is the way to go. Super affordable, high coverage for sure, and long lasting. Now this is a matte concealer, so I'm hoping that this wears really well on top of this corrector, because based on how it feels identical to these other two that I mentioned. And they really wear super well with my matte concealers underneath them. So of course I'm going to be using my medium to deep shade, just applying some of that here along the inner corner mainly, where I feel it's the darkest. And I'm just going to blend it out with my ring finger. So as you can see, it's definitely brightening, not so much neutralizing. This isn't going to neutralize under eye darkness as well as the NARS Radiant Creamy Color Corrector that I have in the shade medium, or the new Lancome one that I just tried. New to me. It's not a new color corrector. It's been out for quite some time, but new to me. The Lancome one and the NARS Radiant one, those are absolutely going to neutralize under eye darkness, which means that it's going to hide it really well. This one is hiding it a bit, so neutralizing it a bit, and it's also brightening the under eye area as well. Now let's go into the left side. All right, so far, so good. Definitely reminds me of my other two correctors. Just gonna apply a little bit of foundation before going in with the concealer. All right, so now let's go in with some concealer. I use the shade Medium Neutral in this. So just applying a little bit here and a little bit right here. By itself, it's settling just a little bit, but nothing too severe. I like this little stick form rather than the pot. I feel like with the pot you can accidentally apply too much because, you know, you're the one that's controlling how much is going on your finger, and I have in the past, I've overdone it with my color correctors underneath. But with this one, with this little stick, it feels like you can't really overdo it, so you end up with a nice thin layer. Gets the job done, but without applying too much. Because when I first grabbed this, I was like, man, you don't really get a whole lot. But in actuality, you kind of do, because it doesn't really allow you to use too much of it. And it just kind of delivers the right amount. Or so far, that's how I feel about this guy. Anyway, let's blend this out on top of it. And in case you missed the review of this concealer, I will link it up here or up here, you know, wherever it shows up. I'll have it there for you guys, just in case you want to check that out after. I wear it for a full day, and you get to see what it looks like halfway through the day under natural lighting, and then you get to see it at the end of the day. All right, so I am seeing a little bit of settling. Just a tiny, tiny bit. Since this is a pretty hydrating color corrector, not the concealer. The concealer's matte, but since the corrector is pretty hydrating, or it's supposed to be, I am gonna set this with a little bit of powder. I'm using my Pat McGrath Labs Blurring Under Eye Powder, and I use the shade Medium, which looks like that. So just grabbing a little bit of that with my Soft Blend number 40 brush from Sigma, and setting the under eye area in place. I find that when I use a very light amount of this powder, it's never an issue, even with my matte concealers. So that's why I really like it. It really does help to blur underneath the eyes too, so that's a plus. All right, so now that that is set, let me zoom you in so you can see the under eye area. All right, so this is the under eye area after initial application. Not sure how much correcting this is really doing, because you can see my dark circles very clearly, right? So not a whole lot of neutralizing, which is minimizing the amount of coverage that I'm getting from this full coverage concealer. But it looks okay. It looks good. Right now it looks good. All right, so let me finish the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Makeup is on, ready to go, ready to continue on with my day. It is currently 11:11 in the morning. I do plan on wearing this all day, and of course, I'm gonna be coming back halfway through the day to show you guys some close-ups under natural lighting, see what this corrector is doing underneath this concealer, and see how everything's wearing. So I will see you back here in a few hours for my midday check-in. All right, so I am back for a midday check-in. It is 4:11, which means that I've had this on for about 5 hours, I wanna say. I think it's 5 hours. Anyway, this is what we are looking like. A bit dry. We are looking a bit too dry for my liking. So what I've decided to do is to blend it out using the Deluxe Crease Brush that I used this morning, but I don't have any additional product on it. In fact, I wiped some of it off. So, this is what it looks like. I'm just gonna go in and try to help the situation because it's just a little too dry, right? See, that helps. That helped a little bit. I'm gonna do the same thing over here on the left side. For whatever reason, my fine lines look a lot more pronounced over here than they do over here, but it's the same. This concealer, I usually don't have like an excessive looking under eye when I wear it. So I don't know why it's doing that today. I would have expected for it to look a lot more hydrated because of the base. But it just, yeah, it doesn't. It looks a little bit better, right? Looks a little better, still pretty dry, but not as bad as it was a minute ago. All right, so that seemed to help a little bit. We'll continue to wear this corrector or this eye brightener, under eye brightener, for a few more hours, see how we end the day. A ver, we'll see. So I'll see you back here in like 3 more hours for my final check-in. All right, so I am back from my final check-in. It is currently 6:12, which means that I've had this on, I believe, for 7 hours. Like I want to say we started at 11. It's been 7 hours. I'm ready to call it a day. But of course, I had to come back and show you guys what this under eye area looks like before I wash everything off. So let me zoom you guys in. All right, and this is unfortunately how we're ending the day. I think I don't think I need to say much, right? It looks pretty bad. All right, so there you have it. That is the under eye area, and I cannot wait to wash this off and throw on a pair of under eye masks because this is just, it looks too dry underneath the eyes. Unfortunately, I cannot call this a dupe for our beloved Becca under eye brightening corrector. I wish I could because, you know, Becca's closing its doors. They're going to be discontinuing this amazing product. Fortunately, I do have something that wears exactly like my Becca under eye brightening corrector. So if you have access to the Beauty Pie Super Luminous Under Eye Genius corrector, like let's say, you know, you're on your last pot and you're like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to purchase next or what's, you know, going to be somewhat like this one. I'm here to tell you that it's this one. I was hoping that it would be this one, but unfortunately it's not. I wear this particular concealer with my NARS Radiant Creamy color corrector underneath. I've yet to try it with my Lancome one, but the times that I've worn this, it's with my NARS Radiant Creamy corrector, and I do set it with my Pat McGrath blurring under eye powder, and I never see this underneath my eye area. The only thing I did differently today, of course, was the under eye brightener, and it just, no, I can't call it a dupe. I can't even say I like it a little. I don't like it at all. So sad to say that this is definitely never going to get used by me again, unfortunately. But I will continue to search for more color correctors for you guys. Gonna make that a priority. Definitely going to continue to try to discover more, and that way you guys have options. I am going to be filming like my top 3 color correcting and concealer combinations, so be on the lookout for that. I believe that's gonna be my next video. I'll probably be posting that at the end of the week, so stay tuned for that. As for this particular product, not for me, no. So that completes today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed today's product review and that you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on future videos. And also don't forget to follow me over on Instagram, where I absolutely love to interact with you guys. As always, take care, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.